And now I want to add some text. So I'm going to click that text button, and this is my seashore walk. I'm typing that in a font that I'm not 100% familiar with, so I'm not entirely sure where this came from, but there we go. I can do the sizing there again using those bounding boxes. At this point, I can sort of move my layers back into my fold here. I can start to look at my character. This is something called Johnny. Not a fan of it. Oh, it's yelling at me, so I'm going to just make sure I have it selected. There we go. I can move up into here, and I can create a little bit more of a sample of what I'd like to see. My favorite at this point right now is my corbel. Always been my latest favorite. I'm not a huge fan of this color, so I'm going to try and see if I can find a color that really matches maybe what I'm looking for here. This blue, this gray. There we go. And then I can also do that same sort of thing on my layers where I have my text here. I can do the effects as well. So if I want to put a stroke on that, it seems like it's going to take a little bit more of what I've got. So my stroke might need to be maybe a little bit smaller. And of course my drop shadow might need to be a little bit smaller as well, since obviously it's lettering. And I'm going to take that down. And there we go. And there's my composite picture. There's my layers. And there I have it. So I've got little pieces here of kind of the seashore walk with a nice background. Now all I'm going to do this point is I'm going to save it as the, because it is a PSD, which is a Photoshop document. That's great. I can save it just as that. It's going to save on my computer. And I'm going to call it Seashore Finished, PSD. And that's entirely, it's got all my layers. It's got everything. Yes, I do. And there it is. And I want to say OK to that dialog box. And then I can also save it as, on my computer, as a JPEG. By clicking this, I can choose the format that I want to save. A JPEG is a bit smaller. So what will happen is it will be easier transportable. I can email it. It's a little bit smaller. It flattens everything. And I can't, of course, make any edits to it. And I'm going to have some options here. I'm going to make it fairly well. And there it is. And that's my PSD and my JPEG. And for this assignment, I'm going to want you to hand in both. It seems like there's a lot of layers involved, and I want to make sure that I'm seeing all the layers that are in sort of the assignment. You're welcome to use whatever artwork you'd like. You can use whatever font you'd like, and use, if you want to use some effects, that's perfect. And I would like you to submit it as a PSD. All right. Thank you so much.